Today's episode is sponsored to you by A&H Provisions. Meat and hot dogs that are so good, even Goyim understand how amazing they are. It's the next level of kosher food, and the website is kosherdogs.net. Get yours, enjoy them, A&H Provisions. Welcome to And Here's Modi.
And we're live.
Hello.
I have a full bottle of water in my mouth.
Live from Canal Street. It's And Here's Modi.
Go ahead. Intro us in.
Hi, everyone. It's myself and Periel and the one and only Modi today. I know you hate when people say the one and only, but I like it.
More than the one
And
only.
we are here. We would like to thank our sponsor, A&H Provisions, the best glatt kosher deli meats and provisions you can buy. You can get those at www.kosherdogs.net. Use the promo code Modi for 30% off your first order. We also have our other collaborator,
Whites in Luxembourg. The law firm you want on your side, chas v'sholom, God forbid you ever need a law firm. That's who you want on your side. Good friend of the podcast, Arthur Luxembourg. And
It's like having a fire extinguisher in your corner, isn't it?
that was what they wrote. I think mine's better. This is the law firm you want. When I hear stories from Arthur about cases they get, I think that's the law firm you want on your side. The example that they said this is like it's a fire extinguisher in the corner.
You hope you don't have to use it, but if you, God forbid, need it, you definitely want it there.
and if you need it there, what's the website?
Whiteslux.com.
Thank you. And the third unofficial sponsor of today's episode is Celsius, the energy drink. Modi is vibrating with on 120,000 milligrams of
I had
caffeine.
a few sips before the show. It wasn't like I drank the whole
No,
thing.
you had iced coffee. You had coffee this morning. You had an iced coffee. You had a Celsius. What else have you had? You just ate a sugar cookie. That I know for sure.
But that was it.
Then in 45 minutes, he's going to look at me. He's going to crash. He's going to say, I don't know why I feel like this.
That's not true at all. I don't crash, and I'm
You don't crash?
Very, very little stuff I had today. Very little.
All right.
Please.
What do you
He
want
had
to
a
talk
big
about
fat
today?
shot of Ozempic.
Well, oh yes.
And Leo and Modi are hot off the Beyonce tour.
Hi, everyone.
Right
Hi,
off
buddy.
stage. I saw your videos. I'm like, are you on stage?
We had
with-
pretty good seats. It was an amazing show. We saw Beyonce for her Renaissance tour at the MetLife Stadium. It is definitely Mashiach energy, Beyonce, I would say. To hear everyone singing when she stopped the music and she just lifted the mic up and the whole crowd was singing, it was, and they sang. She let them go for a while. And
Yeah.
everyone knew all the words. That's,
I didn't, but they all
That's
knew.
Modi didn't, but
Modi didn't.
it was beautiful.
It was amazing. It was I had never seen something like that. I mean, we went to Billy Joel in Madison Square Garden, but
This is
This was-
Beyonce.
Yeah, people like
Beyonce.
worship the ground.
weather was insane. The setup was insane. The
She brought her daughter Blue Ivy on stage for a dance number, and she is incredible, like true heir to the throne. Like it's definitely in the genes.
She was also
amazing.
her own opening act. She
Yeah.
came out and sang 2 ballads, and I think a Valentino
Yeah, I thought that was super interesting that she opened the show with
just
2
came
ballads.
out very
She-
quietly and
I
sang.
thought it'd
2
be more of a
ballads.
bang.
Like yeah,
like what
it-
you do. You're your own opening act sometimes. too.
Sometimes, but usually, but this was like Beyonce just slips out. All of a sudden, everybody, as soon as anything happens, like a little fog is spread, people start screaming,
People really worship
People were
her.
undone.
She's
People were like,
yeah.
it was a level of like, it's like the Beatles hysteria that
Totally.
you hear about in like the
Yes.
60s documentaries. It's like that was
What was
the
that
energy.
outfit she wore? The silver one with like the fringes that looked sick.
They were all sick. I mean, the outfits were incredible. She hasn't been repeating an outfit, I'm pretty sure, except for that glove one, the one with like
oh,
the
gloves,
bodysuit.
right? Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
only-
that's Margiela, I think. Sick.
But our friend Kelsey rented a party bus, picked us up from Manhattan, took us to the stadium, took us
Okay.
back. I mean, it was really,
No, we did it. We
did it good.
Well
We did it-
done.
we did it
This
good.
Party bus. We got there like menches. infrastructure, when I said when I taped the special and we walked in and I see like 40 people working, I'm like, okay, because of us, Leo and I producing the special, 40 people are working today.
They got shifts, yeah.
This was on a level you can't even imagine.
State troopers, EMTs.
Oh, wow. How many people fit in MetLife?
We looked it up. It's over 80,000 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the people to keep you in line so people don't just scream and pack in. And it was so, the infrastructure of it was unbelievable. And then obviously the show, she's just, this energy that she brought out there and it was unbelievable. And people screaming and dressed in all these like Renaissance outfits with the glitter hat and the
It's very disco.
and tuchuses everywhere.
Glitter.
Tuchuses, everybody had their ass out.
What do you mean?
They just were in
just anything goes. Anything you could wear whatever you want. People were in costumes. People were
chaps,
barely dressed.
There was somebody behind us in a full dress, women's shoes, a whole thing, and a beard, and
they were having a great time.
And they were having the time of their lives, and I was so happy for them, and they were killing it. And I will say one thing: I was watching everybody, like people couldn't put their phones down. They were just taping.
I was pretty good about.
I'm about to compliment you. You nailed it. The few times you pulled it when she came right by us on the stage, Leo got the phone out, and I don't know, there's all kinds of switches and things to hit on the phone. And Leo, really, I thought some of the best footage.
Oh,
yeah, it was amazing.
I just got in and out. I just took 3 seconds of video just when I knew it was the right moment, and I put my phone away. I didn't want to be having my phone up the whole time.
Some people were just like,
yeah,
they watched the concert.
The girl in front of me was FaceTiming someone and had the phone up the whole concert.
That at least she's sharing. But the other one that's really watching the whole show through their phone, I'm like, I feel so bad for them. Like,
yeah,
you're here. You're never
missing
gonna watch this video again. What are you
gonna be crazy? Well, that's like the people who tape at your shows.
That's what really? I was just gonna say. It's funny to hear you say this because if you can, and I don't even know if you probably can see this a little bit but like from my perspective, I watch people come into your shows with a lot of like what you're talking about. Everybody has to get filed in. Everybody's there's so much of that.
Right, that's
energy.
what we're saying. But this was like scaled up to like the highest level.
When Leo comes in and tells me they're lined up, they're running behind, people are online, I'm like dying. I can't. But this is like on the highway. Well, they're on the highway trying to get in. It's so
gridlock traffic, honey.
Yep.
But last night at Sony Hall, even though this is probably airing a while afterwards, was pretty Mashiach energy. It was an 8 o'clock showtime. We started at like 8:05.
Yep.
We're usually a little bit laggy, not because of you, because your audience takes a long time to sit down.
You two are nothing if not punctual.
I'm super punctual.
Beyond
we're
punctual.
there. We're too early for things. Actually, it's a problem.
Too early.
But last night was great. Went really smooth.
Sony Hall was
for you.
amazing. It was, when I've done it
a few times now.
We did it a few times during the last December. And the problem that I always kept thinking, just the food. There's just so much food happening. Waiters coming out with trays. For some reason, that wasn't the case yesterday. Either they ate before or they just weren't ordering food, but it was just amazing. And it wasn't people that were there in the December show. And I already taped the special, so that material I don't have to worry about and the order of it and trying to see where it fits. I was trying new stuff and having so much fun.
Your mom said something interesting to me.
Why?
Because your mom comes to shows and she has a very good eye. And she goes, it's not a very religious crowd. And I was like, It's changing. It's evolving a little bit. It's a lot. It's in a good way, I think.
And it wasn't all Jewish either. A lot of people that weren't Jewish were there, and which is great.
People are bringing friends, like you say. Be the friend who brings the friends to the comedy show. So now, like people outside of like your immediate sort of Jewish bubble are coming into this world, and you can see it in the audience.
Yeah,
it was really
growing.
Great.
It's amazing.
That was the same fun. New materials fun. It was just. It's just fun to just the specials taped. Now I'm working on the next hour.
Right.
So it's just like, okay. And you can
this is the same place you had the Christmas show. Right.
That
was
where
there. Christmas shows there, yeah.
That was where I met your mom, and she said to me, do you remember what your mom said to me?
That you're better looking in person or something
you look much better in person.
She means well. She means well. We love her.
Well.
We love Bata.
She does mean well.
Speaking of the holiday show, your holiday show this year is like basically sold out.
It's sold out.
And we're recording this on July 31st, and it's like been basically sold out.
It's been sold out. They're going to release a few tickets.
So what's happening now, guys, is
yeah.
Just to give you some inside baseball knowledge, this event is hosted by Ticketmaster. It's the town hall. It's in, what street is it on? It's like 40-something street. And basically, they release tickets, but they hold the best seats, which is like basically 2 rows in the center. They hold all those seats until everything else has sold out.
Scandalous.
And then they release those seats at a much higher price closer to the date. And so those are the only seats, the platinum tier seating. The ones that we're holding are the only ones left at this point.
I love it.
I should buy one of those.
You should, and then scalp it.
No, I texted your agent. I was like, people are selling those tickets for like over $500. He was like, no, honey, that's the platinum seating. He's like, you're the scalper.
Oh, good. Good for us.
Speaking of platinum, can we talk about your hair? For those of you who are not watching and listening, Leo has gone full Blonde Ambition tour.
Again. It looks good. I told him to give me the Anderson Cooper because it's more white, I think, than blonde.
Now, how long does it take? As somebody who bleaches,
it takes too long.
Yeah,
I've only done this twice. This is my second time doing it. And I went to a real salon with a real colorist. The first time we did pink,
that was sick too.
That was fun, and then it grew out to just blonde. It takes. I don't know how women get their hair done so often.
There is a woman sitting here who does get her hair done.
I know. I don't know how you do it. How long
does it take you to get your hair dyed?
Hours.
Hours. It's a whole afternoon.
This is like.
No, but you know what I learned is that people. It took me to the second time of going to this hair salon. That people don't go there for the service that is offered. They don't go there for their hair. They go there for a therapy appointment.
Oh,
like
no,
the things that I was overhearing.
It's a nightmare.
Was insane. Like everyone just barriers are just dropped in the hair salon, and everyone's just like unleashing on these hairstylists. And I'm like,
it's a disaster.
Just go to therapy. You don't need to dye your hair.
It's unbearable to sit there and listen to people.
And they want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And you're like in the chair for like 5 hours. So like you're trapped.
Yeah, totally.
I was reading your book in the chair.
Oh.
Yeah. Picture that. I'm reading on my knees.
Well, he has
hair in that beehive heater thing.
How did you not send me a picture of that?
Oh, we have a picture of it.
I think I have a picture. But I did it for the Barbie movie, which we saw.
Oh my God. That's why you did it for the Barbie movie?
Yeah.
That is so...
Is that really why you did it for the Barbie movie?
I'm channeling my Kenergy.
Your
Okay, now we have the title of this episode.
Is it not giving Ken? It's giving Ken. Can we get another close up on me? We just get into it.
Oh my!
What's your job?
A beach. My job is beach.
The movie is hysterical.
I haven't seen it.
Barbie.
Do I need
to watch it to get that joke?
On another. We saw it on Tisha B'Av. Because what else are you gonna do? It's air conditioned theater. You won't eat popcorn, so I saved all those calories. But because if I go to the movie theater, it's for popcorn. It's not for the movie. And we went to go see Barbie, and it was so good.
Really?
It's not what you think it's gonna be. It's like a little existential. It's funny. It's rated PG-13, so it's not like for kids, but it's good. It's like really enjoyable. I'm in love with Margot Robbie. Like she is just mesmerizing to me. So I could watch her read the phone book, but it was great.
The puns were great. The story,
the world they build out.
Wow, it was so great.
The set design, the production design.
Do I have to see this movie now?
Absolutely,
I would see it in theaters. Actually, honestly,
it gives it to you in the theater.
You could bring Ari. Ari would like it.
Yeah,
Ari would like it.
Okay.
Does he even know what Barbie is?
He would get it.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows what Barbie is.
He's never seen a physical Barbie doll. Has he ever held a Barbie doll?
He has like a bunch of those, like the boy ones, like the
G.I. Joe.
You guys would love these
because they're ripped.
Yeah, they're like
on roids.
Roided out
what's
dolls.
The T-shirt that I got you? What's the famous?
Tom of Finland.
Yeah, they're like full Tom of Finland.
Yeah.
They're sick, and he's like too old for them now a little bit, but.
I remember Barbie from going to friends' houses and their sisters had it, so I would know what this is. So now,
I had Barbies that I got as hand-me-downs actually from your mom and my mom have a mutual friend, Leah.
Peled.
Leah
Yeah.
Peled. Hi, Leah. Her daughter
Okay.
is older, Tali. I got all of her Barbies when I was little. And apparently I cut all of the Barbies' hairs off and I drew
it's literally that's in the
It's
movie.
and I
in the
drew
movie.
pubic hair on her.
Oh my god!
It's
So
addressed
first
in
of
the
all,
movie.
you need to be on a
You
list.
have to see this movie.
Second of all, that's addressed in the movie. It's a whole plot
What
line.
list do I need to be on?
I don't know.
I don't wanna
Weirdos.
spoiler alert you, but that is addressed in the movie. So when they had that, I knew they were talking about because I've seen it, but I don't know if Ari's ever seen a Barbie doll.
I don't know.
But
I'm sure
anyway.
he has.
Anyway.
Okay.
But back to Beyonce.
Oh,
I
really?
thought we could lead into the Gilgo Beach killer from that. No,
The
nobody.
what beach killer?
I told you the serial killer on Long Island.
Yes.
You know what's interesting about that story is it's similar to the Anna Delvey story. Remember that girl who
Yep.
ripped everyone off?
Oh.
The Anna Delvey story and this serial killer story are both news stories that I stayed on top of in real time. So like I've been hearing about this dude that they have like never were able to catch. They're like, we found another body. We think it's the same guy. I'm like, oh my God, there's like someone driving around Long Island like killing people. And the most chilling thing is now that they've actually caught him, they're showing all this footage of like, I guess when the like detectives were like following him around, and he was an architect who lived on Long Island, commuted to Manhattan. There's footage of him just like walking down Fifth Avenue, just like, and there's people walking by. And then you think, you're like, I live in Manhattan. You're like, how many times have I passed a serial killer on the street like that? Because he was just like a normal looking white dude in a collar shirt. And he's killed at least, what, 10 people, 9 people?
All of the serial killers
Allegedly.
are quote unquote normal looking white dudes. You wonder why that happened.
They caught him from DNA off of a pizza crust.
Correct. And this guy,
Which tells you to finish the pizza.
and there was
Eat
also
the crust. Grow up.
there was also his wife's hair. They found from DNA of one of his wife's hair was on one of the bodies. Now here's the thing
That means they put. Never mind.
there
what
was
were you
like
gonna say?
cross transfer.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wasn't involved.
No. She had nothing to do with it. But the thing that's unbelievably brilliant, how does a guy live for 25 years, whatever, getting away with this? Why? Because there was no fucking crime scene. When his wife and kids went out of town, he would kill the women in his house.
Wait, I didn't know this.
I didn't know that. So he brought them to the house?
Yeah. He brought the women to his house.
And what did he do with the bodies?
Well,
He
threw
dumped them in
the
Gilgo Beach.
On the beach, which is wow.
But didn't cameras? Aren't there cameras?
You would
everywhere?
think it's 2023. So he lived in Massapequa, right? And he was in the same class as Billy Baldwin. They went to high school together.
But I
Serial
can't-
killers are not Mashiach energy. I don't know. how
No,
much
that's
effort
not.
we
That's
should-
preventing Mashiach. It's
should-
horrible. Don't kill people.
But it was satisfying to see it wrap up in the news recently because it's something that I had like been reading about for a
You
few
can
years.
watch interviews about like architecture with this guy.
Yeah, he's on YouTube.
It's so creepy.
Yeah, he like tried to build out his like company's YouTube channel, and there's like footage of him. He's like,
Oh
"This is
my
my
God.
office," and you're like, "You're a serial killer."
It's so crazy.
I can't believe that you can still have serial killers in today's day.
I
and age.
know.
Cameras everywhere.
And
Yeah, it's
you need
crazy.
like a pinprick of DNA to to figure out. Like
Some
it used to
camera
not be
catches
like
with a
that.
license plate
Yeah.
or just
BTK killer was jealous. He said that he was like copying him.
who's BTK killer?
BTK
The bound, torture, kill.
bind, torture, kill was another like
He
20.
said from jail. He gave an interview
Yeah,
from jail. So he said he was jealous
yeah.
of this dude.
He didn't say he was jealous, but he was like, he's copying me. Like that was my idea.
You're kidding me.
These people
That-
need to be put down.
This is so crazy.
Well, they say that they don't like to give serial killers the death penalty because they want to figure like the way that you learn about serial killers is like by the psychopathy of it. I've
So
read
we're
a
just
lot- I've
keeping them in a jar
No,
so we
but
can study them.
You talk to them like there's like a whole.
That's what they want, though. They're narcissistic sociopaths. They want someone to be examaining them, and like they want
They
that.
want the
that's
attention.
that's true. You're
So
right.
why are we
but-
giving that to them?
Because the criminologists at the behavioral science part of the FBI.
we saw a movie. We saw a TV show about this.
We didn't finish it though.
Yeah, I forgot.
It was the guy whose job was to go do exactly what you're saying.
Interview these people.
Yeah, that Robert Ressler is the guy who started at the FBI in like the 70s, and everybody thought he was like a weird, crazy witch because he's like, if I can go look at a crime scene and I can tell, like, I can profile who the killer is. You can tell.
We've covered
I've read a
Beyonce,
lot
Sony
about
Hall, and serial killers, and we're how many minutes into this podcast?
We are 30.
6 minutes in, and we've really
way. Has it been 6 minutes?
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Okay, I don't know. Modi, what do you want to talk about?
I can't believe we finished. We as a nation are just all together. Just everything has a shelf life of 2 seconds. The fact that we've stopped talking about this submersible thing is one thing, but the Beyonce, we just glossed over it so fast. Are we not were you not blown away by what we saw?
Of course, I'm blown away. I'm the one who bought the tickets and we went to this show.
Mashiach Energy,
I don't know.
Every ticket he bought, he gave some. We knew who got it, and we met them, and they were on the bus.
I still made a few bucks off of each ticket, everyone.
Yeah, but it was
a business investment.
Yeah.
What was my takeaway from Beyonce? Like, what was your takeaway from that? From seeing that?
Well, she opened with just saying how grateful she was.
Right.
So listen, she's reached a level of fame that like I don't really think we've ever seen before.
Madonna didn't do things like this?
Madonna wasn't at her peak the way Beyonce is at her peak right now in conjunction with social media and the internet and all the infrastructure around it. So there's this aura around her that is a little bit supernatural. Like it makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up a little bit. Even Michael Jackson, as big as he was, we didn't have like the internet sort of machine feeding that fan base.
You're so smart. You're right.
So,
I didn't even realize that. Yeah, Madonna was Madonna without
Instagram and
but
all this other.
That's almost
more impressive.
That's almost more unbelievable that like before the internet.
But I think Beyonce is more commercially successful if you look at numbers than Madonna.
Of course, because she has that.
Yeah.
That.
But to be like Michael Jackson couldn't go anywhere. Like anywhere in the world he would go, people would know who he was before the internet existed. That's unbelievable.
Do you know what is really the Brooke Shields documentary on Hulu talks about this? How she was an ultra celebrity at the time where like the public only had enough bandwidth for like 5 famous people at a time.
That's right.
They were like Michael Jackson, Brooke Shields. They're actually dating, so they're 1 now. And then like 3 other people. And like because the internet and all these things didn't exist, so like there was now everyone's famous. I mean, Modi, on our party bus alone, everyone there had like a following online. Everyone had their own thing.
They were on their celebs in their own world.
Right. That's not real though.
It is. It is.
It is. It's just not. Look, we're not in the millions of it. We're not Beyonce famous, but in their world, in their bubble,
Instagram famous is
a thing, and it pays some people's bills.
Yeah, okay. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's a different thing. It's a different thing.
Well, yeah, because it's different from Beyonce, who then goes on stage and performs for 2.5 hours and is dancing and singing and flying through the air. And
flying through the air.
Yeah.
She came on a horse, a white horse.
That what you put on Instagram was, first of all, the most Jewish comment anybody has ever made about Beyonce. Go ahead.
I wrote that.
What you put on Instagram was the most Jewish comment that anybody...
Modi saw me doing my Instagram story and he goes, put something up on mine. People should know I was here.
Yeah, no, I'm also with this concept, but this so he's showing me the one where she's dancing with Ivy. I go, no, give me the horse. Like she's literally flying through the air on a horse.
She was channeling Donna Summer, who did that for Studio 54. It was Donna Summer.
I understood that, but it was just so beautiful and so angelic.
And what did you write? And what did you write? Beyonce.
Who is insuring this?
Like there is a woman
worth billions
of dollars on a horse. She's not strapped in, and she's flying through an arena on top of the. I'm like, someone wrote an insurance policy for this. There's a coverage on this.
Oh my God! I screamed when I read that. That made me laugh so hard.
No, so we saw it. The first night, and then the next day we're like decompressing and talking about how great it was, and then we realized, oh my God, she's doing the same show again tonight. She did 2 back-to-back shows at
2.5 hours
at MetLife Stadium. And I'm like, How does she go to bed after she plays?
Melatonin.
How does she sleep?
Melatonin.
When you come off stage, you're like shaking with adrenaline. I'm like, how does Beyonce go to sleep at night?
Well, that's why Michael Jackson used to take propofol.
Well, as I've said before,
whatever he did, he shouldn't have. But he wasn't. He wasn't performing. He was just to get to sleep. This is after a concert. I'm just dying. I bet they put her like into a little.
Yeah, she gets off stage into a tunnel, into a black SUV, into a room. Like she doesn't
just disappears and doesn't have everybody around her. She goes and she meets her husband, and they just, how was it? It was lovely.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
part
of the allure. That's part of the allure of Beyonce. Is like, how does this human exist?
How old is she?
She's
41. I looked it up.
Like, is she, or is she like, we killed it, and she's with all the dancers?
I don't think so.
I don't think she could do that.
I think
She has 3 little kids at home.
She has shy. She gives off
baby
shy vibes.
She gives. Yeah, she does.
She
Until
said
she's
that
on
though.
stage.
She said that. Didn't she turn
interviews.
into Sasha Fierce on stage?
Yeah,
she said
it's an
she
alter
turns
ego.
into a totally different personality on stage. She does.
If I'm going to be
Fierce.
honest with you,
So do you.
I'm going to be honest with you. If you just looked at it, you don't know Beyonce. It looked like a big drag show. It looked like a big.
This is what the drag queens want to be,
show.
honey.
Everybody looked like they were in drag, and the wigs and the.
There's a lot of gender bending happening on stage too.
On stage and in the audience.
Yeah.
In the
That's
audience,
awesome.
it was amazing.
She had a whole section where people were voguing like ballroom style.
That's
down
amazing.
the-
It was
the
incredible.
runway.
She's incredible.
She's unbelievable. I'm bravo to Beyonce. Bravo.
I just think that is actually
Brava Beyonce. That is
it's
the title
actually
of this
Mashiach
episode.
energy. Like all the different kinds of people who are in that arena who would like not otherwise
be
be together were there.
Now you're being a little bit cagey when you're like, oh yeah, we had pretty good seats. You had like first row seats.
We didn't even have the best seats though. We had pretty good seats. We were on the floor, but like we weren't in there's a circle pit called the Club Renaissance.
Yeah.
Which is like in her, like you're basically on stage with her. We didn't have those. I couldn't get those tickets. But we had really good.
You can sit there, or that's
No,
like
it's like a
standing. Yeah. I don't
room.
like that though.
I would
We stood the whole
we
time.
ended up standing the whole time anyway.
The whole time you're standing. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You can't sit through a concert like that.
Could sit. You want to see me?
No, you
I will
can't
say
sit
when we
through that.
saw Robin at Madison Square Garden, we had seats, and I wished we were in the pit down below. But when we saw Dua Lipa at Madison Square Garden, we had nice seats, and it was not. We had like kind of like almost like a box.
Yeah,
and it was kind of nice to be like in our little group, like just watching it and dancing a little.
We had these really comfortable seats.
It's a lot of concerts.
The Robin one was torture. Those little we cramped in.
Oh,
like
I need to put this energy out there. If anyone knows how to get us to see Adele, that's one of the other things on my list that I need to see live. Adele in Vegas.
Adele
in Vegas?
She has her Vegas residency.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be like amazing.
Why don't you Ethan? Are you there?
Ethan, if you're listening, do you know anyone who can get us tickets to Adele? We're going to be there at the end of October.
Can we swap Modi tickets? You can see Modi live for Adele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone has any pull with Adele. With Adele's team.
Cute.
I love her. She's cute.
Our friend Peter just saw her. He said it was.
Yeah, everybody that's seen it said it was amazing. I want to see that.
Nobody's better than Central C. I'll die on that sword. He just did a song with Drake, by the way.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Drake is part of the tribe.
That's right. That's right. Anything else we want to discuss on this podcast? I don't know. I feel like we got a lot in.
We really covered a lot of ground in how.
Yeah. Everybody that's been sending DMs telling us when they listen to the podcast, I love them. I love.
Two people stopped me last night for pictures.
I know.
Podcast
But I
listeners.
love getting the DMs. Every time I walk my dog, I listen to you guys. I drop the kids off, I listen to you guys. At work, this and that. On conference calls, I put you guys on and mute them. I love.
Oh my God, really?
Don't do that.
Yeah, I love it. I love when people tell us when they listen to it, and it's just like I said, we're not looking to change the political environment of the world. It's three people having fun, and that's it. And just opening up to friends about our lives a little bit.
Wait, I want to hear. Have we gotten any scandalous or particularly interesting DMs that stands out? Or anything that's enraged you?
No.
I think I've been pretty calm
We've
lately.
been pretty calm. Everybody's been just chilling. Everybody's just been. It's that we had the Tisha B'av energy coming up, and everybody's just like on.
Is this over
It's
already?
over. Tisha B'av is over.
I will
God,
say,
jeez.
I will say right now, the thing that is happening on my phone and Modi's social media is there's a video clip we posted of him in New Jersey that's at almost 6 million views.
Not
And it's
6 million.
because and it's because people are arguing theology in the comment section. And I'm like, whatever drives up the views, honey. But they're like
6
they're like
million?
fighting.
million
Well, I'll
views.
tell you the exact number. But they're like fighting each other, like pulling
About
scripture and like
Jesus.
if you're
and
fighting about
It's a
theology,
Wait, Leo, did you just round
it's
to
a
6
Catskill
million?
joke, and
it's 5.7 million.
You just rounded to 6 million.
5.7 million is
That is insane.
Yep.
yeah.
We
it's
threw it up just to like, hey,
Now,
we need to
if
put
we
something
could
up.
sell a book, to what percentage of people do we need to sell a book
I
to?
have no
The
idea. That whole meeting with
5.7?
the agent was my mind was blown out of my ears. So I have no idea. But yeah, that's I just thank everybody that reaches out and talks to us, and we appreciate you, and we thank you very much for listening. We would thank our sponsors, A&H Provisions.
I did a great job with the ad reads.
You really did.
Up front?
Yeah, that's what you need. You need to get in and out. You need to.
Well, give them a little love. A&H, thank you very much. A&H Provisions and Whites in Luxembourg. Thank you guys for collabing with us for this podcast. And everybody, find a show near you, modilive.com. In Europe, there's a lot of shows happening in Europe. Many of them are sold out. Israel, Sukkot, we are adding shows. So if you are in Israel, the Holy Land, we are adding shows there. So again, modilive.com. Be the friend who brings the friends to the comedy show. That is Mashiach Energy. And thank you all for listening.
Bye.
Bye.